Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Final Fantasy reaction. Today we have something from Final Fantasy 16. It is Away, another Masayoshi Soken song, of course, as expected from that soundtrack. And this time, Black Gold's the one that wanted me to get to it in the Patreon producer queue, so I shall be doing that today. And this is the first time in a long time that I've gotten to anything from something other than Final Fantasy 14, so it's gonna be kind of nice to hear a different sound, maybe. I know all the ones I've been getting to from 14 have been from, like, DLC fights and such, so this is definitely not going to be that, and I'm expecting to hear something a little bit different today. So without further ado, let's go! Oh yeah, this is different. No silly mini-boss themes here. Ooh. Very ominous. Must be a boss fight of some sort. If this isn't a boss fight, that's some insane tone for a non-boss fight. Just the speed on the violins alone gives you anxiety. Oh, that's great. Forcing tension through that relationship on the notes. Ooh. There's a really low bass in there. Okay, maybe that was the brass. I feel like there was a voice in there that was low. Beautiful choral work. Never letting up on the tempo. It's just constant. It really feels like you're running, like there's stress, so much stress. And just what a beautiful composition. Oh my God. It's so full. I love Soken's work, and this is why. When you let Soken release all of their talent, you get some brilliant orchestral pieces. Let him run free, and he will give you the theme of gods, you know? Little release of tension there with the swell. When it keeps the tempo up, you never feel like there's a full release. Not yet. It's so triumphant, but like... it doesn't sound forgiving, like a hero's triumphant. It definitely sounds like something that would be supporting a villain much more. See, this, like, staircase. Oh, it went up that time. You know, like... Just keeping the notes really close to each other. This thing. I'll get into that a little bit later, but ooh. I love the odd time hits on the timpani. Again, another one of those things that's adding tension because it's not happening where you're expecting it to. Kind of throws you off just a little bit, keeps you on your toes. The voices here feel so tempered. Left the tension there to build into a new, what I'm assuming has got to be a new phase of this fight. Yeah, that felt like a transitional phase. Kind of a phase 3 moment, maybe? I feel like we got another refrain yet, but maybe not. Oh, that was a big final chord. Okay, we're building up to the end. Ooh, okay, it didn't keep building the way I thought. Resolve. Ooh, a tensive resolve. Oh, beautiful work. Beautiful work, Soken. Oh my God. Love that. That last resolve too. Like, I always talk about resolves in these videos because I always love when they happen or don't, but this one gave me the best of both worlds, but I'll hold that off. So that ending. I really want to start with that ending, even though I usually start from the beginning of the song when I can and work my way through it. That ending did so much for this song that I feel like it would be a disservice to not get to it immediately. That was kind of a tensive resolve. That's not a technical term to my knowledge, it's just something I call it, but it does have tension on the resolve. It basically doesn't fully resolve, and it keeps some of that sustained tension that you had already kept throughout basically the rest of this song and every single motion of it, and then it left that there. Most songs would be like, oh, we're done here, time for a full resolve, or they'll be like, we're not done here at all yet, let's lift it up and leave it up there, and it just lets you hang in that moment for a second and lets you stew in what you just listened to. For this, it does both at the same time, which is so neat because it gives that feeling of completion, the feeling like you're releasing this tension that was there, but it leaves a little bit of that there. It's like, you're done. This battle's done. But there's still a factor of it that is incomplete yet. There's still a moment in there that is surviving. There's maybe a character isn't fully dead at this point. Maybe there's something else to be happening yet. It could be something as complex as leaving that enemy still alive at the end of the fight, but the fight is over, or it's something kind of alluding to a bigger picture that hasn't been defeated. Like, you might have just beaten the boss, but that doesn't mean their followers are all gone. Something like that. It can be very major or very minor depending on the scale that the song is supposed to be supporting, what the fight was going on here, because again, it felt like a fight. Don't know if it was, but I'm very, very positive it was based on the scale of it. It was huge. The energy was fantastic. They kept up the momentum all the way through. They were doing some really fun stuff in there. Like I mentioned, the timpani thing and hitting things off beat there just to, again, kind of throw you off a little bit. And it was also doing stair notes, which again, not really a technical term, but basically when you're like going up and down on the scale constantly, just do, just doing that constantly, depending on what the scale of the song is, of course, and just doing that, keeping it moving up and down constantly, not really giving you rest. It adds this anxiety of like, are we ever going to hit that resolve in the song? Because they're never hitting any notes that would technically resolve or like be next door to each other when the resolution should show up. So you're constantly getting this up and down tension, like, are we done? Can I stop walking? Like, I'm scared, I'm running, I can't stop moving, I'm afraid of it. And that's the sort of mood that that approach gives you. It adds so much tension because there's no room for it to end. And whenever the song shifts to something else, it'll change that to a different part of the song. Like in there when I mentioned that second one, it had a little bit of a shorter loop to it, but that adds that same tension. It's just slightly edited. It's still that staircase up and down, and then it goes up for that last one to kind of give you a tease of what might feel like a resolution, but it doesn't. It goes back to the same shit all the way through. The scale of the brass on this, I love when they use this big, heavy brass stuff to support the bass. The vocals in this were great. And again, I'm still not sure if that one male vocal in there, I'm not convinced that there wasn't just a super low bass, like a double bass voice in here somewhere. Because especially that first time they showed up, I swear I heard somebody drop down as low as physically possible, because the resonance of the human voice and brass are similar, but definitely not the same. So it could have been a little bit of that, maybe them playing off each other, and I just heard the voice in there more. It just kind of became more present in my ear, or it was just a similar enough like baritone resonance that was just going, you know, like it's very possible that's the case. But either way, the balance of the voices here were just so good. I've never had a problem with the voices of Masayoshi's work at all. Soken knows exactly how to balance a giant, huge orchestra sound and a giant, huge choral sound. There are some composers out there that do it, but don't do it nearly as well. And then there's Masayoshi Soken, who has basically perfected that concept of blending those two together and making them sound like the same entity, not just a choir and an orchestra singing at the same time, but two individual identities in the same song working to the same goal. And that is what I love about composers like Soken. They just know how to do that. The way that they blend shit in is just so perfect, and I can't get over it. I can't stop geeking about it because they use so many voices. They use so much of it that it feels like it's rivaling the orchestra in scale, where usually you'll get some that use like maybe 10, 20 people at best, and that can sound big, especially if you layer it on top. But there's such a variety of voices in here. I could tell there was like a few rows worth of people for each one. Both the female and male vocalists in this were very clearly prominent and distinct in their own ways, and they met the energy of an orchestra, a full orchestra, which is very hard to do without properly balancing the variety of voices to the variety of the orchestra. And that's a specific detail of Soken's work and very few other composers, where they get that balance just right. And god damn it if it doesn't sound fucking brilliant every single time. But I think that does round out the main points I wanted to make about this, so I will stop yapping here. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you have any songs you want me to get to, by all means, drop them in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if you want to guarantee something, much like Black Gold did for this, you can always go to my Patreon or my YouTube memberships. There is a tier that will force me to listen to whatever you want me to listen to. I don't care who it's by, what it's from, how good it is, how bad it is, none of that matters. That's why it's a guarantee. But otherwise, if you just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!